All right, Shalom. First things first, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kwadash. We said Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai for this glorious truth, knowledge, and wisdom that we've been given in these last days. And we give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders at Great Millstone, which have diligently been doing the work. And to your hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth that's coming in this truth with all sincerity, honesty, and faith. We're at the time of the end. The great redemption is coming. The gospel is out. It's been out. The gospel is being exalted in these last days. And that's another sit down. The gospel is being exalted. Hey. But hey, shalom to you, Akim, man, and some of you sincere sisters out there, wherever they may be. But the Most High is dealing with the men right now, man, because we're at the forefront of this thing, man. That's why even in the ancient world, when men went to when battles came, men went, man. You didn't have a collection of men and women. Men went to the battle, man. We're on the front lines of this truth, man. All right, I just wanted to make quick. This ain't a quick sit down. We'll see how it goes. But this sit down is touching on how the Lord is putting down Esau, man. He's putting down Esau and raising us up. As more as we get built up throughout the years, you can see the transition if you've been paying attention to the news, man. It went from, and especially the apostles and elders that have been seeing the trend go on, the truth that's been flourishing. It started out small, man. It started out as likened unto a mustard seed. So what's happening right now, this mustard seed is taking over and it's growing. So the Lord is lifting up Israel, which you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and he's putting down Esau, man. Okay? Because there cannot be two kings on a throne. All right? There cannot be two kings on a single throne. So what's happening is we're being put up and Esau's being put down. Simple as that. And it's well documented in the scriptures. That's how the Most High deals. So what I'm going to do now is just read a couple articles, and then I'm going to go into scriptures. And Abaratazar, this is edifying for you, Akim. All right, this article is from National Geographic. And I can't, let me see if I can get the date on this article. Yeah, this is on October the 1st. Yeah, this is out on October the 1st. Okay, and it says Americans as America changes, some anxious whites feel left behind. See that? You have so-called whites that feel left behind. And then this picture right here reads, Flasia Rico stands outside her house in Helston, Pennsylvania, where she lives with her mother and stepfather, Kelly and Jesse Portanova. In addition to flying Old Glory and other flags such as Don't Tread on Me, the Portavoas sometimes fly the Confederate flag, saying it's a way of standing up to those who believe it shouldn't be displayed or who want to disgrace America's history. America's history is disgraceful. You rape, rob, and murder and destroy a landmass and people, and it's supposed to be glorious? No, man. If somebody takes a shit in the streets, that's a shit in the streets. Don't matter how you cut it, how you want to and make it sound intelligent. It's what it is, man. So these Babylonians are feeling, oh, you're trying to tread on our history. The history's treading on itself. Okay, Esau has the cheddar bob of history, man. And if you know what that's from that 8 Mile where dude shot himself. Esau shot himself with his own deeds. And then he wants to get mad when people point out the deeds to him. It's your own deeds, man. Okay? This is it says America changes. Some anxious whites feel left behind. Hold on, I can load up the burner. Let the incense flow. And it says, let's read the article. It says, even after the coal mines and the factory jobs disappeared and the businesses began taking down their signs on Broad Street, and after the pollution started its steady decline and the hospitals was on the brink of bankruptcy, the residents of Hazeltown, Pennsylvania, flocked downtown for the annual Fun Fest. For years, Sally Yale, participated in the fall parade in a souped up teacup salvaged from a spinning ride at the Shutter amusement park, tricked out with smoke, dry ice. It was the perfect advertisement for her gourmet coffee shop. Yale is 53, but her argular face lights up like a child when she talks about FunFest. The applause from crowds, the Hazlet Nations who returned for the celebration, and the food. Yale says, lifting her brow and rolling her eyes to mimic pure bliss. The carnal and sausages, funnel cakes, treats, and representative waves of European immigrants that had settled in the Hazeltown rolling hills. Then it all changed. Funfest is Sally's in Sally's eyes became too scary, too uncomfortable to be honest, too brown. You just know if you go to a public event, you know you're going to be outnumbered, Yale says. You know you're going to be the minority and do you want to go? For Yale, the answer is no. So she's saying she don't want to go to this fun fest because there's too many Jakes around, man. You see that? Because they feeling outnumbered and feeling the pinch. This is Bob missing the past. Bob Sacco tends a bar a few days a week in Hazel's altered street. Hazleton altered streets and many storefronts are now Latino-owned businesses. And taverns draw both white patrons and Latino ones. The older crowd laments that the area's newer employers, such as distribution centers, don't provide the kind of pay and benefits that workers once found at the mines and factories that closed decades ago. Sacco says that he misses the good old days. You can see it on Esau's face, man. He looked like Gad though a little bit, but Esau's feeling that pinch. And it says outnumbered is the word that came up often when I talked with the white residents in eastern Pennsylvania town. Outnumbered in the waiting room at the doctor office, outnumbered in the banks, outnumbered in the Kmart, where the cashier merely chit-chats in Spanish with Hazleton Newer's residents. Hazleton was another former coal mining town slipping into decline until a wave of Latinos arrived. It would not be an overstatement to say a tribal wave. In 2000, Hazel's 23,399 residents were 95% non-Hispanic, white, and less than 5% Latinos. By 2016, became the majority, composing of 52% of the population, while the whites share plunder of 44%. So they getting put down, man. Just like I did a video about Esau's return, their population is decreasing, man. The Lord is only going to save a few for the 1,000 years. We joke about it and say we are in the minority now, says Bob Sacco, a bartender at L&L Lounge and Tavern on the street now mainly filled with Latino-owned storefronts. They took over the city. We joke about it all the time, but it's more than a joke. All right, so that's that article. I'm not going to read too much. I'll post the articles in the link if you want to go deeper into it. But this article says, opinion, the angry white male carcass. Trumpism is all about the fear of losing traditional privilege because they getting put down, man. This was on October the 1st. It says when Matt Damon did his Brett Kavanaugh's imitation on Saturday Night Live, you could tell that he nailed it before he said a word. It was all about the face, that snaring rage-filled squall. Kavanaugh didn't sound like a judge at his Senate hearing last week. He alone, it says, let alone a potential Supreme Court justice. He didn't even manage to look like one. But then, again, Lindsey Graham, who went through the hearing with pretty much the same expression on his face, didn't look much like a senator either. There have been many studies on the forces driving Trump supporters, and in particular the rage that is so pervasive in future of the MAGA movement. What Thursday's hearing drove home, however, was that white male rage isn't restricted to blue-collar guys in diners. It's also present among people who've done very well in life's lottery, whom you would normally consider very much part of the elite. See that? Now the elites are feeling that pinch. In other words, hatred can go along with high income, and all too often does. At this point, their overwhelming evidence against the economy, anxiety, hypocrisy, and notion that people voted for Trump because they have been hurt by globalization. In fact, the people who were doing well financially were just as likely to support Trump as people who were doing badly, because it's a spiritual thing that's happening. It says when the distinguished Trump voters was instead racially resentment. Furthermore, the resentment was and is driven not by actual economy losses at the hands of minority groups, but the fear of losing status in a changing country, one in which the privilege as being a white man isn't what it used to be. Bang, right there. See that? That's what I needed out of this article right there, man. It says, but the fear of losing status is changing country in the changing country, one in which the privilege of being a white man isn't what it used to be. Okay, so now let's get these scriptures and show you, man. This is the Lord doing it. Just because we out here as Negroes on the corner and laughed at and whatever, but the Most High is doing the work, man. He's working. He's working through the words that's coming out, man. The Most High is making good on his promises, man. He said he's going to bring Esau down. This is Psalm 75 and verse 7. Let me see about going up. This is verse 6. It says, for promote, let me go 75 and 4. I said unto the fool, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up the horn. And that's the power, man, because Esau has lifted up the horn, and he's the wicked. He's the wicked on the planet Earth. You read Malachi. This is verse 5. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. For in the hands of the Lord there is a cup. The point is in 7. It says, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. And you're seeing that the examples right here. He's putting down one. All right, by way of these Edomites that are looking crazy. Let me see. They see you got Jake. You got the homecoming king being a Jake, and the homecoming queen being a Edomite. Look like an Edomite. We don't, the case is still out. Let me read this. Rafael Santos, the Savannah Butler. Oh, that's Issachar. Yeah, that's Issachar. Was a senior at Hazel, but a different campus, had met until they crowned homecoming king and queen. Balua's family has lived in the West Hazel for generations. Santos came from Dominican Republic. See that, man? Jake is taking over. All right, Jake is taking over, man. And Esau is sick. He is sick. Let's keep going down. Oh, they got charts and everything. So the Most High is the one that's setting down Esau and putting up Jake, man. That's why these Edomites are feeling the way they are. That's why they're looking like that. That's why they're looking all, and it's that new Supreme Court justice, man, looking like that. So you know them laws, them draconian laws are going to be passed, man, because he's feeling it too. Let's get some of these precepts and I'm going to close on out. This is 1 Samuel 58 or 2 and 8. Salakia. This is 1 Samuel 2:8, and it says, He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lift up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, which is confusion, man. Esau's going down into darkness. Nothing is making sense to this man no more. He can't see. That's why it says there no more wisdom in Teman. It says, for he will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. For by strength shall no man prevail. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken in pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king, and exalt the horn of his anointed. And what's the first and foremost king is Yahweh Shah, man. All right. And you got the anointed, which goes down also to the elect. So that's being lifted up by way of this truth, this truth, wisdom, and understanding. That's why Jake has got to be so honored to be in the position that we in right now. Because we're coming to the time where, man, the Most High is coming back to us. This is Psalms 58 and verse 11. And it says, so that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is a power that judgeth in the earth. And there's a reward for us. Because everything that we went through in life and went through with the generations that we've been on this planet earth, there's a reward, man. The kingdom of heaven is already prepared for you. Watch. The Lord is building this kingdom up. It wasn't us that woke ourselves up. It was the Lord, man. Out of his mercies, out of the treasures of his mercies. That's how he woke us up and gave us this truth, wisdom, and understanding to come out here and to chant our enemy's kingdom down, man. We're rooting it on. That's why Esau has no power to stop this until the Lord wants it to be out off the corners, man. That's the only time that Esau gonna have a little peace. It's for him to go ahead and come against this truth so the Lord can lift up that banner, man. Point blank. This is Psalms 147 and 6. And it says, the Lord lifted up the meek, he cast the wicked down to the ground. And that's what he's doing with Esau. He's putting them in the ground. And there's going to be further when he gets in the kingdom of heaven. He's literally going to be in hell. He's going to be in a situation of hard straits. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the time where what? It says in Revelations. He's going to make them worship at our feet. They're going to be put onto the ground, man, because this is rightfully so. He that toucheth you touches the apple of my eye, man. All right. So that's something you got to always remember, man. Esau, hey, you at that limit, man. You got to pay the piper. And then, you know what, with that, man, I hope this lesson was edifying. I just wanted to bring this out, another point in the prophecies. We're in the year of prophecies, so the Lord is making these prophecies come to pass, man. So Esau is being brought down, and East Israel, which are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, is being brought up, man. Just like we did in Rome, just like we did in Babylon, all the other nations that we came in and out of, man, we're being established as what? The powerhouse, man. All right, so with that, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom. And to you hopeful elect out there, keep faith, keep strong, keep fighting. We're almost at the end of this thing. Shalom.